Hi, this is Steven from Just Got Played, and today I'm going to unbox Finca and talk a little bit about how the game is played. Thanks to Pandasaurus for sending us this new edition. So the game was originally printed in 2009. This new edition has art from Vincent Dutrait and Joan Guardiet. Let's see, look on the back here, sprawling estates or fincas. So it's a Spanish word, finca, because this takes place on the island of Mallorca. You can see the new edition has up to 5 players, 45 minutes, ages 10 up. Cool, learn to play. All right, let's get it open and see what all is in here. There's a new mini expansion as well, advanced player modes, right? 2 sort of mini expansions for advanced player modes. So I said this came out in 2009. It was actually nominated for the Spiel des Jahres with other prestigious games such as Pandemic and the eventual winner, Dominion. So, all right, here you go. Here's the rule book, nice setup, and what are all the different components. You have to set up some different stuff depending on how many players you have, how many farmers, donkey, cart cards, and how many fincas you have. Number of fincas that are out there, the little buildings anyway that you put on the map, are the things that are sort of the counter for the game, determining when it ends. So yeah, on your turn, you can do one of 2 things. You can make a delivery or you can move a farmer around. So that's pretty simple. Here's the game end, and here's the 2 mini expansions, which we'll take a look at in a little bit. All right, what do we got here? Some Pandasaurus stuff, okay. And some punch outs. All right, so this is the windmill and the blades to the windmill. So I'm gonna just take a couple of these and stick them in here, and your farmers are going to move around the windmill during the game, and you're going to collect resources, and as you cross these lines, you're going to collect donkey carts as well. It's interesting because how many farmers are on a space with your farmer dictates how many resources of that type you're going to get and how far your farmer moves if you move it. These are the request tiles. So out on the map, the different areas are going to request different things. And this one is 6, and so that's consequently 6 points if you deliver that. Let's get this one. This one's 5. They want 3 oranges and 2 figs, it looks like. Here's a couple more blades for the windmill. There are some where it looks like you can mix and match, right? Lemons or fish on that one. This one is, actually, this isn't a request tile. This is I think these might be called Finca tiles. So when an area runs out of the request tiles, then there's one of these, and you see who's delivered the most of the thing or the combined things, and that player gets it, and that's the points that they get. All right, a bunch more request tiles. So some of them only are just simple as 1 or 2. There'll be several on there, so you'll pull one off and then flip over the next one. These must be for the mini expansion. Yep, I think these are, because they're in the different player colors, these are special powers, essentially. So we'll look at that here at the end, but you can say, each of you has a one-time ability to use during the game. You can only use one of them a turn. And then there are these, which is another way to score extra points for delivering things in sets, essentially. Like I delivered a 1 thing, a 2 thing, a 3 thing, a 4, a 5, and a 6. Well, I get this then, which is a 7 points because I was the first person to do that. So that's one of the other mini expansions. All right, let's get the board out. Let's set the box aside for a second, make some room for the board. All right, so there you go. There's Mallorca. Pretty. So you can see there's a bunch of spaces here, and that, those are where the request tiles are going to go. Another request tiles will be that Finca tile. And then when you finish out an area, meaning you finished all its request tiles and you awarded the Finca tile, then you get to put, an estate out there to say that area is closed. And then, once enough of those are out, the game is over. So let's look at some of the other pieces in here. There's going to be a bunch of the fincas, and then there's going to be the farmer tiles. Let's just grab one of each color. It looks like they're all the same sculpt. All right, well, there's 4 anyway. All right, so yeah, there you go. Simple little farmers to go, and again, those go on the windmill. Walk around on the different blades. All right, what else we got here? We got donkey cards. All right. So as I said, on the windmill, when you cross the donkey space, you get a donkey card. And that's important because on your turn, if you decide instead of moving a farmer to make a delivery, So, if this was out here on the map and this area wanted 2 almonds and 2 figs, and I had that, I would also have to have a donkey card to make that delivery. All right, so here are the donkey cards. And again, you collect those when you pass one of the 2 lines on the windmill with one of your farmers. You can only deliver up to 6 goods total on your turn. So if there was a 4 and a 2 and I could fulfill them both, I could do that. Although I think that would require having 2 donkey cards as well. All right, these are a limited resource. So one of the interesting things about the game is when you're going around the windmill and trying to collect a resource, a donkey card, or say one of these, things like grapes, figs, or almonds, if there aren't enough available for you to take the amount that you're supposed to get, everybody has to put all of theirs back in the supply, and then you get somewhere. You could actually cross a thing and you could land on a thing and say, oh, I'm supposed to collect 2 grapes and there's only 1 in the supply. And you'd have to return all your grapes before collecting the 2. You could end up with less grapes than you started with. So that's kind of funny. What else we got? We got other stuff here besides grapes, almonds, and figs. We have lemons. All right. So there's the lemon. These aren't, very big, but they seem pretty functional. This is a relatively low price game. So I think the component quality is pretty good for the price point. Those are fish. Nice to have a fish there. And then the oranges as well. So yeah, there you go. And there's 18 of each one of these resources. So there's a lot of little wooden components in here. There's an insert, which I may or may not get rid of. Normally I don't keep them, but this one looks like there'll be enough space. So I may actually keep that one. All right, well, we got a little time here. Let's go back and look at the advanced game mini expansion. So I explained this one sort of, when you hear those mini tiles here, or bonus tiles, sorry. So when you collect the things, you take the top one, you get that many points at the end of the turn. The action tiles all have a thing as well, right? So let's take a look at these. Let's just punch 4 of them out and I'll say what they are. All right, so this is the double move. So after moving your farmer and getting the food tokens, donkey carts, or whatever, you get to take another farmer. Actually, get to move another farmer. All right, that's pretty cool. It can be a same or different one. All right, this is, what's this? Gust of wind. Okay, that's interesting. Place one of your farmers on any windmill blade and get the food tokens as if you would move there. You don't get any donkey tokens for crossing that line, though, because you didn't technically cross the line. You just teleported. Large donkey cart. So I mentioned earlier you can only make a delivery of 6 goods total in a turn. This allows you to do 10. And again, this is a one-time use. You use it and you put it back in the box. And this is a resource discount. So for this entire turn, every delivery you want to make, you can do 1 less resource when you deliver it. So, all right, there you go. This is the new edition of Finca. This is all the components that you get. Thanks again to Pandasaurus for sending this to me. I'm also going to do a how to play video because it's very simple, actually. So just in a few minutes, you can learn how to play it. I mean, there's one already out there. Where was it? It was on the back of the box. So, you can go look at that one. But I'll put one out as well. And then after a while, I'll also put out a review and let you know what we think about it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, I appreciate if you like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, there's a Discord channel. If you look in the description of this video, you can come over there and talk to us, or you can put a comment on this YouTube video. Either way. But yeah, hope to hear from you. Thanks.